Joseph said to his brothers, Genesis chapter 50, you did this for evil, but God meant it for good so I could save the Israelites. That phrase, meant it, means God put me in this position. We think God is always just fixing what the enemy does, working overtime, trying to keep up. Oh man, what happened? Joseph got betrayed? You mean his brothers threw him into a pit? What am I going to do? What'd you say? Paul's in a storm, about to lose his life? I thought he was going to Rome. Red alert, Jesus is being arrested. Like all these alarms are constantly going off. God's having to play catch up. No, God is not caught off guard. Many of these things we think is the enemy. The truth is, it's the hand of God moving us into our purpose. The wrongs are leading to a right. But if you don't know how to go through the wrongs with a good attitude, trusting, knowing that God is still in control, then you'll be frustrated. Have a new perspective. The detours aren't random, they're divine detours. No more fighting, start flowing. No more resisting, put down your sword. You can live out of a place of rest, knowing that the wrongs, the things you don't understand, they're not stopping you, they're leading you into the perfect plan that God laid out for you. A few years after I began pastoring, the church started to really grow, and we needed a larger auditorium. We found this 100-acre tract of land on the freeway, about 2 miles from the other church. I talked to the owner. He said it had been on the market for over 20 years and he had never had one offer. I thought, God saved this just for us. It was perfect. The owner said, you can do your preliminary drawings and soil samples while we're drawing up the contract. There's no big hurry. Several months later, we went to close on the property. The men's secretary came out, said, I'm sorry, but the owner sold the property to someone else last night. I couldn't believe it. Didn't keep his word. I was so disappointed. I just knew that was the devil taking our property. Well, a couple of months later, we found a better piece of property. Had more space for parking. They were building a new off-ramp from the freeway to give it better access. I knew that's why the other property didn't work out. We went to close on it. Believe it or not, the same thing happened. They sold it to someone else. I was discouraged. I didn't understand it. I had to do what I'm asking you to do. I said, God, I'm disappointed, but I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to flow with it. I know these closed doors mean you have something better, so I'm going to take down my sails and let these winds blow us to where you want us to go. 6 months later, a friend called. Hadn't spoken to him in a long time, and he told me how the Houston Rockets basketball team was going to move out of the Compaq Center. The city was going to put it up for sale. When I heard that, something came alive on the inside. By the grace of God, things fell into place. 3 years later, it was our building. The reason our plans don't work out many times is because they're too small. What God has in your future is bigger, better, more rewarding than you can imagine. Don't fight the wrongs. The wrongs are necessary to get you to the fullness of your destiny. It was wrong that the first man didn't keep his word. It was wrong that the second group sold the property out from under us. But I've discovered in this case, 2 wrongs were leading to a right. It was all a part of God's plan. I don't fault that first man anymore. It wasn't his choice. He was a pawn in the hand of God. He had to say no. He couldn't override God's purpose. That second group, they had to turn us down. God wanted that door closed. That wasn't rejection, that was protection. That was to keep us from missing the best plan God had for us. Now, there may be things in your life right now that you're disappointed over, that weren't fair, you don't understand. One day, you're going to look back and say like me, it had to happen. They had to say no. Judas had to betray me. My brothers had to throw me into the pit. The door had to close. The storm had to come. All these things had to go wrong so you could get to the right place. It's not just a detour, it's a divine detour. It's the hand of God ordering your steps. I hope you enjoyed watching this clip. You can watch the full message here on our YouTube channel. We'd love to hear your prayer requests and how the ministry has impacted your life. You can leave a comment below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay inspired all throughout the week. We'll see you next time.